Hi, good evening everybody. In this video we're going to take a look at next year's cap space. How much do we have coming up? Alright guys, just a quick video today. I'm not going to go nuts like I did yesterday, but I want to get this out there, and it was something I've been meaning to touch on. And bullet is red. I know I've got to get on your video. I haven't forgotten. God, that's a project and a half. When you guys ask me to do a Where Are They Now video, it's huge. It takes time and it takes some research. And I can't always find things that I want to find. It's really aggravating, actually. Okay, but I am on it and I've been chipping away at it. I have been. Now, I wanted to go over next year's cap space, where we're going to be at. And before I get started, these glasses are as foggy as hell, which I should have cleaned before the video, but how was I to know? I want to get on these numbers. I want to talk a little bit about this because there's some decisions we have to make. But I'll give you in a nutshell what we have committed to next year. And I'm going to go by the 81.5 million cap, okay? Because it's supposed to go up, but let's go by the 81.5 because it's where we're at right now. We have 40.9 committed for next year, 40.9, and I've counted everything. I believe that's even counting it's counting the Cody Hodgson buyout that still exists to next year. And that we're done with, just so you know, because we've been committed to 700, it's about 750 grand or 760 goes out to Cody Hodgson of our cap every year, you know? So anyway, it is what it is. We're finished with it next year, so we're not really going to feel that, so. That's what you get for signing a dumb contract. There you go. All right, so the cap is 40.9 committed. Altogether, that's 12 players. We need to get 11 more signed. I'm going to go over that in a sec. So who do we have signed? Next year, we have Skinner, Girgensons, Bjork, Thompson, Cousins, Asplund, Tuck, Okposo, Middlestat, and Krebs. I'm counting Krebs because he's currently on the roster, okay? So don't count him as against the cap next year. He's counted right now. So that accounts for 10 forwards, right? Yeah, that accounts for 10 forwards. Of course, there could be changes, what have you, but we do have to have a roster next year. So we get 10 forwards signed for next year. On defense, we have Dahlin, Jokiharju, and Fitzgerald, who is also currently on the roster. And I'm counting him also. So we have 3 defensemen. And I thought I had 9 forwards, but it's 10, right? Yeah, it is. It's 10. So my bad. We have actually 13 guys signed. How did I get that wrong? Guys, I'm tired. I'm wrong. We have 13 signed for next year because Middlestat was hurt. Right. Okay. Right. All right. So we have 10 forwards signed, 3 defensemen signed, 13 players signed. We need to get 10 more because you have to have 23. No goalies under contract, including UPL. Okay, I'll go over that in a sec. Now here's the UFAs I think we need to sign. Okay, we have 40.6 million to get 9 players signed. We can do this all day long, no problem. Hinostroza, Hayden are the forwards. And these are the UFAs, not the RFAs, the UFAs, and Haig on defense. The RFAs that I think we need to get signed are Olofsson, because he's RFA at the end of the year. Bryson is also, and so is UPL. So there you go. That's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you count Owen Power, 7. Because we'll have Owen Power, I'm sure, next year in the lineup. So that takes care of 2 more defensemen and 3 defensemen if you count Power, okay? So that's 3 more defensemen and 2 more forwards and a goalie. Worst case scenario, we can slap together what we want next year. That's the point of this video, guys. We have $40.6 million to get these guys signed. Think about the math here. Hinostroza, $1 million. Hayden, $1 million. Haig, 2.2, 2.5, let's say. I don't think he'll even get that much, but let's say 2 million. Let's say 2 million for Hag. So you got 4 million there. Olofsson's probably going to want about 3, which I don't think we should give him. I really don't. We'll have to see what we do there, but let's count him for 3. So you got 2, 5, 6, 7. Bryson, 1.5. 8.5. UPL, 1.5. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Power, 11. With the entry level, I'm just going to round it off at a... Guys, we have a ton of cash next year. We're going to be having a hard time hitting the floor again. And don't forget also, we also have Quinn Peterka coming up next year, also going on this roster, because I'm sure they're going to be on our roster next year, and so will Power. So those 3 will come in for $3 million, all 3 of them. And Krebs will stay, although he's already against the cap, so let's forget about Krebs for now. We're in good shape. We really are. Looking at it this way, is the roster in good shape? That's the question. Because we're going to have at least, when you count those 2 over there, let's say we need 9. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 2 down in Rochester, there's your 9. Okay? Yeah, we'll be a defenseman short. We can figure that out. That's the least of our problems. So you got those guys for about $13 million. That leaves about $27 million open, and that's counting Tuck against the cap. That's counting Skinner against the cap. That's counting Okposo against the cap. Guys, we're going to be rich again next year in cap space. So this is what we got to do. We got to consider making a splash this offseason, and not a dumb splash like Taylor Hall. That was kind of... But I do still give Adams credit for trying there, because no matter what way you cut it, he tried. And we did get the biggest name that was out there at the time to come to Buffalo. So it said a lot about how much Adams believes in this franchise. He was able to really just put some money out there and say, listen, come over here, give it a try. It failed, okay, and we moved him. So I know we didn't get much for him when we moved him, but at the same time, any way you cut it, we got him for free, because we just signed him as an unrestricted free agent. So we still did get something back for that money we spent, no matter what way you cut it. What are we going to do? Who are we going to look at? These are things we're going to have to look at the end of the year. We're going to have to make decisions, because we have a full roster internally already without having to go out there. And I'm talking, these are just the ones I suggested. I'm not counting Colin Miller. There's other guys out there that I think we're going to let go and not re-sign. And we've got to make a decision with internally what we have, what we're keeping. We have to make a decision. Are we going to get aggressive in free agency or not? That's the thing. While I'm on this video, I want to throw one thing out there. The Discord, I've changed the link, guys. That was my bad on that link, okay? That link was me screwing up, just so you know. And Rip and I were talking today, and he told me that I gave the wrong link. Anyway, now you guys should be able to use that link. For any of you that want to join the Discord and want to go in there, it's there. It's going to be, I'm going to put it basically with every video now. It's going to be a regular thing. I put in not the comments, inside the info box under the video. I'm going to put it in there. Okay, so anyway, that's it. I just wanted to go over these numbers. We have, for the record, to get 9 guys signed, because I think we're going to keep these 13 and not move them. To get 9 guys signed, and we have some guys already really signed already for, and we'll get Power signed to his entry level soon. So we'll see. We're going to have to go that route, and we're going to bring up the kids again. It's going to be another year to learn. It's going to be a bit more painful, but I'm hoping we can get some veteran leadership on the team through free agency this year. We don't have to make the big splash, but we have to make some sort of a splash if we're going to have any kind of like resurrection of a decent season. Like these struggling seasons, there's only so much the fans can take. And while I'm thinking of it, I'm going to wrap it up here. I want to congratulate all the Buffalo Bills fans. Way to go, guys. And if you play KC again, please knock them out. I can't stand Kansas City. I'm a 49ers fan, guys, and I can't stand KC. And my Niners won a thriller in overtime today, so I'm really happy to beat the hated Rams for us 49ers fans, and they beat them in overtime to clinch a playoff berth. So I'm thrilled. We're going back to the playoffs. So I'm happy about that. And maybe, just maybe, we might see each other in the Super Bowl. You never know. Thus is sports, my friends. Thus is sports. Okay, guys, that's it. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Remember, Discord link down below. You'll see it down there. And throw some names out there in free agency. Who do we go after? Who do we chase? Really, we got to get some veteran leadership on this team, I believe, with the current veterans, because we need some guys that have had some sort of playoff experience also. So I'm hoping that, besides Tuck, I'm hoping we get some other guys. All right, have a great night. See you tomorrow, guys.